I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. Ciao, lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, I'm listening. Yes, you're listening. Yes, listener. I am not sure if that commercial is going to make it into season 3. Well, we know it's not, but maybe the buy our merch thing will, you know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Rubbish.
Rubbish indeed.
All right.
Speaking of rubbish, we're here to rescue you from audio rubbish by listening to some top-of-the-line music, dear listener.
Rather than our voices.
Speaking of, that's probably one of the greatest transitions you guys have ever seen on television. I mean, I'm on your television right now. Think about it. So on to being trendy. This is the big homie Revo. Salam lek. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So on to being trendy. This song, number 8 on the trending this morning, and was number 1 when it came out 4 days ago. It was a lead single from their second full-length album, 2. The song is written by So Yeon, Pop Time, DLE, and Likey. Their songwriter and lead member So Yeon was homeschooled and inspired by Big Bang to become an idol. She became a trainee at Cube Enterprises, who put her on a rap competition TV show in Korea.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. After a brief solo career, the company put her... Oh, my bad.
K-pops and singers often competes
on TV music shows. After a brief solo career, the company put her in a girl group. We should probably do a reaction video to one of those, like,
behind the scenes.
Like one of them shows, like maybe the finals or something like that.
Oh, yeah. That would be interesting.
We'd probably get rocked on the copyright thing.
We get killed. Channel gets shut down. Oh, boy. Season 4, bitches.
After a brief solo career, the company put her in a girl group where she is a leader and songwriter. In the early days, fans would jokingly call them So Yeon and Friends. They debuted in 2018 as a 6-member group, but in 2021, one of the members had to leave due to allegations of having bullied someone when they were younger. This is what I don't understand about the culture. This is what I'm talking about.
I agree.
That's so strange.
Okay.
It's still not clear whether the accusations are true or not, but the way the media touches such topics in Korea, you might as well be guilty. There, as with here, it's 0 to 180 degrees. Actually, right now, Parasite director Bong Joon-ho and some of the Korean art community at a press conference called out the media and police sensationalizing accusations. There it is, after the suicide of one of the actors of Parasite. No!
In late December? This past December?
Movie, Parasite?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I do.
Man, rest in peace to the homie. After a 19-hour police questioning over drug use allegations which were sensationalized in the media. From my knowledge, no one in the music industry has expressed any opinions on the matter. The group released their first full-length album in 2022 called I Never Die. It continued to be a successful What? The guy who played the rich father? Dude. They did a 19-hour interrogation. What did he do? Smoke some weed or whatever? Like, I don't understand. What I don't understand is... That's two things I understand. Like, one, like, why does the government care if you bullied somebody when you were 9? Why does anybody care if you bullied somebody when you were 9?
And that government has a whole lot to talk about. What are you talking about? They're going after people for bullying. They're bullying their entire nation. I mean,
that's what it means to be a government, is to be a bully. That's why you have prisons. Like, if you don't do what we say, we'll fuck you up. Like, I don't... But the other thing I don't understand is, why are these people killing themselves?
The girl who gave him the drugs is blackmailing him.
But why kill yourself?
Yeah, but over that.
Like, okay, go to another country. Like, but this is what I'm saying. Like, I hesitate to talk about it because to me as an American, this is so simple.
Yeah.
Like, what will happen to you? Like, you're a giant movie. This was one of the most critically acclaimed movies. Like that.
I know.
I'm pretty sure, Revo, am I right about this? They won Best Movie that year.
I think they
deservedly so. It was an incredible. You guys, there'd be one of those things that we would do a watch along on. Man, rest in peace to the homie.
The thing
I hate that
babe,
shit.
I feel like this is where your ego is on certain topics makes it so you don't understand. Like this, they're a shame on our culture also. So if that was going on and then they blasted him in the media, like it might have been too much for him to, to face all of that ridicule and everything, and somebody's blackmailing him, and then it just becomes too much. So it's not like, I'll just go move somewhere else and like make new friends. It's like all your like everything. It's just it folds in on you. Yeah, you're more than your culture. You're more than what people say about you. You're more than what you've done. Like that's why Genesis 1:26 is so important. Like you're made in the image and likeness of God. So all this stuff that happens on this platform and in this world, like all those things are secondary.
I mean, it's important, but it's not definitional of who you are.
Right.
All right, rest in peace to the homie. We're gonna listen to the song for him, and we're not gonna be sad about it. We're gonna, hey, it's all good, man. We all here.
Best picture in 2020.
Son of a bitch, he was married.
Jeez.
So what happened? Did he cheat on his wife while he was doing the drugs? In that case, I kind of get it. But all right, here we go, guys.
No, I totally disagree with you, and I need to say that openly. If he did some drugs and then he cheated on his wife, like, and then he killed himself,
I didn't say it was good. I didn't say it was good, but I understand it.
And then you killed yourself, I'd be so, like, you should face the person.
I'm just saying I understand it. I don't understand doing that because...
That's complete betrayal. Like, you did that and then you...
I'm not saying it's right.
Ended it.
I'm saying it makes more sense to me because that's a more consequential act than taking drugs. Like, I don't understand.
I don't think it's the drugs. I'm telling you, I think it's the reputation.
All right, I'm just saying why I couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
I wasn't commenting on the morality, babe. I was just talking about I can't understand it. All right, here we go. Nope. Super Lady.
Yeah, Revo says this is a fun song.
This is going to be a fun one for sure. Let's do it.
Let go and fearless, we came to take run. I'm a top super lady. I never lose, yeah. Got a superpower. I'm a top super lady. I never die, party, mono follow. Boy, 그게 피게 어서 우리 love, 따분하게 뻗어 여기 what, 잡이 따윈 없어. 날 맞는다면 say it. 남자들을 보는 가시 억소리는 그 사치 용을 조금 흔들릴 듯 멋이 ready to shoot. 입술이 다 번졌어 그 어떤 놈보다 멋지게 누구보다 멋지게 웃어 보이지 더 거칠게 똑같아 해 that's my name I'm never bow my way yeah lady call me super lady follow ladies I want ladies super ladies 하나 둘셋 Mama said 너 언젠가 세상을 멈출 그 컵에 질린 눈빛도 참 못했으니까 그 눈빛은 패왕색 패기 여왕의 자질도 베리 백인 백이다 기절한 각성이 겁먹은 데 그래 빼는 게 없거든 do you know fearless, we came to take win. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Everybody say 누가 우리 부른다면 yes we're super fast. 누가 우리 만난다면 yes we're super nice. 누가 봐도 우리 yes stronger than Superman. Yes sir I got superpower. Yes sir I'm a 우리 다 먼저 더 그 어떤 놈보다 멋지게 누구보다 멋지게 웃어 보이지 더 거칠게 똑같아 해도
And that was super late. Did he say there was a sixth member? He said there was a six-member group, but
Can you just back that up a little bit because I wanted to see?
Oh,
I
my
think
bad.
the very first singer was that Soyeon or
Soyeon was in the middle.
yeah, but was it the first singer?
Let go and fearless, we came to take win.
That's a little bit of Nicki Minaj type vocal style.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right.
Shout out to Nicki, but that just shows, like,
The influence, yeah.
I hear these girls rapping, and like, look, rapping
Yeah, Soyeon.
is like some parts attitude, you know, just the swag.
Mm-hmm.
Some parts the actual content, but what a lot of people don't get is the cadence.
Yeah.
Like she's got the cadence down. Like you could tell she's a disciple of Nicki Minaj,
Yeah.
and like, but you can tell she's massively inspired, but she's got her own little thing with it.
Yeah.
I also think that I would be really, I kind of like the phasing between the languages.
Voices. Oh, yeah.
It kind of works with this band in a way that, well, maybe just K-pop in general, that seems just a little bit more fluid to me. It's interesting because we started off the entire stream with this song where the guy kind of made up his own language. And it was kind of like a test for the audience, and it's kind of like the similar thing here. Although you can get it translated, so you can kind of get what they're saying. This is kind of like their, Destiny's Child, like female empowerment song, Super Lady.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I think that there's like, that's really interesting because it's kind of like bringing both worlds together. Because on the one hand, they're empowering themselves, but on the other hand, they're saying, "Hey, I'm still a lady."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's a way to not. It's
Yeah,
a way to
that's
own
true.
your identity, I guess, without threatening the gestalt, without threatening the gatekeepers up there. And it's kind of like, hey, I'm safe. We're still calling ourselves ladies. We're okay. We got. Shout out to all my feminists out there, the women in the women's march with the pussy hats, talking about, I'm a nasty woman. It's like, yeah, I know, shorty. I could tell. You know what I'm saying? Like. There's more than one way to fight for your right to party, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be all gross and shit.
Yeah.
You
I
can
feel
say,
like that
you know.
we make the biggest impact when we like really embrace who we are and don't try to be something else. Like when you have women trying to be like men while they're trying to like go to bat for women. It's
Yeah.
like, why don't we just embrace who we are? We
Yeah.
have wombs. We raise our children. We are, we are feminine. We are
Right.
nurturers. We are, like there's a whole host of things. Like, but all that. you
Yeah,
know,
we're talking about Handmaid's Tale, where it's like, the main character is like slowly being completely defeminized.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she's being masculinized.
Yes.
And it's like this strange, like, in order for a woman to be powerful, she has to take on these male attributes, which tells me that there's like some, collective psychic sort of inferiority with that particular strain of individuals who, and I'm not talking about trans people. I'm not talking about that. I'm specifically I'm talking about the stereotypical, like,
Yeah.
I'm going to take on masculine attributes in
That's
the workplace
what
and
I'm
other
talking about.
places in order to, like, now I'm valid, I'm tough, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, there's a lot of women that can do that. And I've worked with women that can do that. And they're like, they're on their shit. And you know what? A lot of them can still have romantic relationships with men. I've seen it. But it seems like there's a sort of discomfort you know, and embracing that femininity, like in their public persona.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think having daughters and things of that nature, and trying very hard to instill that self-confidence, instill that, you know, independence, instill that, you know, lack of fear, you know, balance with wisdom, but at the same time, like, allow them to like maintain their femininity and not harden them. And it's something I think about a lot, you know, and I try to affirm, you know, their femininity and things of that nature, you know, in their own particular
That's
styles.
what I was gonna say. Yeah.
I try, because I'm really worried about finding that kind of balance, because I've seen it become so destructive if you overdo it on both sides. Like it becomes really destructive, and there's a lot of, like, I hate saying shit like this because it agrees with people that I vehemently dislike, one of whom God just took off the planet. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Hey, if you're a disciple of Kevin Samuels, go ahead and look into how that boy died.
Precautionary tale.
If you don't think there's a God, just look at the deaths of Kevin Samuels and King Von, okay? And do what you will with that. The irony, you know what people say now? Instead of saying there must be a God, they say we have to be living in a simulation, which is the same as saying there must be a God because somebody must have built the simulation. We continue. But, like, it's such a hard balance, and I think they struck it. I think Destiny's Child struck it at the beginning. They had the song Survivor.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, they were in booty shorts, but okay. And Beyonce's like, I'm not going to compromise my Christianity. And then, like, 10 years later, she's worshiping the devil. Shout out to Beyonce. But, like, I never liked R&B, you know. I'm street nigga, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I remember when she said that line, and I'm like, I was knee deep in the Bronx. I'm like, I respect that. I'm like, if the girls, they're shaking their ass in the halls, they start singing that shit, like, I can respect that. You see what I'm saying? Like, not that I, you know, I would never talk to a girl that would say that. You see what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't go, you know what I'm saying?
Persona?
It would, no, not my persona. I would say my goals with that individual would not be completed if she's like really means that.
Oh.
See what I'm saying?
I see.
But I would respect it. You know, and that's the frustration that a lot of girls in high school have, is the girls that get respected don't get the attention, the girls get the attention don't get the respect. And so it's just, I just feel like it's nuclear, man, for girls, man, in that environment. And it's one of the things, like, we homeschool our kids, but I look at my girls, man, I'm like, I would never put them in that fucking environment, bro. Like, I would never do it. And I hate saying that shit because we're an extremely privileged family. So, you know, it's very easy to say that, you know, because you're extremely privileged, but it's tough for girls, and I think this is a really, really good message. And obviously, like, it's your job as a parent. You can't outsource your parenting and all that to pop stars. But I do think it's a big solid when they have a message that the girls can sink their teeth into and say, yeah, I'm about that. Not necessarily like slavishly following them, but like, yeah, that's what I'm on. 7.5 for me.
7.8 for me.
What was going on with you as a female hearing that stuff, Super Lady?
Well, I mean, okay, I always liked those like female empowerment songs, you know, like when I heard them as a teenager, when I started listening to music in my own car, you know, like I can't even think, like there was one, Miss Independent, and you know, like different songs like that. Like, I really liked those kinds of songs. But then I think I got a little bit freaked out when I met like women as I was watching their lives progress with that attitude about, like, I think that there's a balance between like having your power, having your strength, and like doing your thing, and not being so dependent and reliant on somebody that you can't survive without the person. Like, I think that, you know, obviously you'd be heartbroken or whatever, but like when you almost like you lose your identity in the shadow of somebody else, like I don't think that that's good. So I always love those female empowerment songs, but at the same time, I also don't like just this like total disregard, like that I see, you know, I'm in a lot of different groups where I like there's like lots of women that can kind of like go in and like sort of post, and everybody kind of puts their ideas and stuff. Like this idea that like basically like fuck men, we don't need any men and stuff like that. I'm not with that either, because I don't think I do think that that things are set up with like yin and yang, and like the two sides, the complementary sides of a relationship that kind of like you can kind of like float forward with, and I love that. I love the like I think that, you know, like you're masculine, you're the protector. I'm not the protector, you are. And because you're the protector, I don't have to put my energy in a certain level because you're there. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know about that. Like 6 months ago, I had a blind spot. Them two people came up to you, and you positioned yourself, your body between the baby and those people.
Yes.
So you were the protector then.
Yes.
Then when I saw that situation happen, I came around and I was the capital P protector. So
right.
you're definitely a protector for sure. Like,
yeah, but I mean like.
But like that's not your primary like, role in the family.
For instance, I think that if
that's
a woman has to
role.
do, the
like
man's
bump
role.
in the night, I'm out there.
Yeah, there's a certain survival level that you have to keep yourself at to be able to do what you need to do to maintain that life.
I agree.
And I think that, like, I just love the complementary relationship of like masculine and feminine, like just really like diving into do their thing and be who they are, and not like, you know, like you were talking earlier about our girls, and like we have one girl that's super nurturing, but she's also the badass that's going to do a 4-minute plank and is not going to drop. You know what I mean? So we're going to celebrate both sides of that coin. It's not going to be just like, oh yeah, you know, you nurture.
Everybody else will drop. Like, no. Everybody else will drop except for her.
Right. You would think that the nurture, you know what I'm saying? But no, she does both. You know, and then, you know, we have our other daughter who's like she's logical as fuck, and you don't mess with her.
She's the most clear-minded, logical, rational, and will destroy. I've seen her twist up grown men. Right.
And
like bloodbath.
Yep. But she'll be the one that'll show up in a dress.
She's 4.
About to be 14.
I would not put I've got an 18-year-old, brilliant. Would not be able to do, like, does not operate at that level of logic and rationality and foresight and forethought.
Yeah.
It's crazy because put those two together, he would destroy her in chess for now. But like the game of chess of life, she's, you know, when you know, there's a certain, I look at Shorty, I'm like, yo, I thought to myself, yo, if she was evil, we would have a problem. Like a problem. And it's like women are emotional, men are logical, and like Shorty was she was the logical one, okay, and the male was the emotional one. And you know the whole condescending, hey, calm down, lady. She was doing the, hey, calm down, we're gonna make it through. It's like she's 14. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So it's yeah,
but I guess
the girls are completely crushing stereotypes, and I love it.
Yeah, and that's what I like. When I talk about it, it almost sounds like I'm expecting a stereotype by the way that I'm like, women are nurturers, women are this, women are that. I'm focusing on that because I feel that's probably what has affected me over the years. Is like just like I remember like people looking down on you if you wanted to cook or bake for your family. Or if you wanted to have children, or you wanted to. I've always been a strong personality that people didn't want to too much come against and be like, yeah, it's a bad idea. So, but you could tell that like people had like kind of like a whatever, or they'll say it to other people, and those girls would come to me. Do you ever get this? Do people ever say this to you? And I just think that like that's what I don't like. I think that each of us are individuals and we're not the same. I think men and women, you know, we express ourselves differently. We are different sides of the same coin, but at the same time, like I think that there are variations within femininity and within masculinity, and I don't think that all of those have to look the same.
Yeah.
Nor should they.
I think that nuance right there, what you just said in the last 45 seconds, is where everything went off the rails for our culture, bro.
Right.
Honestly.
Right.
And that's why this song's getting a 9 from me, because I think it's an important balance. You know, it's kind of like this generation Survivor. Hopefully I mean, that song was a giant hit and all the rest of it. But hopefully, like, it can have that kind of effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a positive message. So it's a 9 for me. Would you get?
It's like, and I'm gonna say one more thing. Like, I love Florence and the Machine, but her song like "I Am King."
Yeah.
It was like, okay, when you're on top of the world, you got to take on that. You are king. We don't have to be them.
Yeah, but like, didn't you love that song?
Well, I did because I understand it.
It's such a disturbing song to me.
I understand it, and like a lot of the things that she was saying. Like I can vibe with it, but like in phases of my life.
Yeah, I never commented on it because I was like, to me, that was like the most anti-feminist song of all time.
I agree, but there are times where like if culture can kind of like push you in a way where you feel like the only way for you to be powerful is like, okay, well then you have to be masculine.
That's a surrender.
That is a surrender, right?
Surrender.
I agree.
It's like the dudes in the hood, like, oh, you talking like a white person. If you're using like, proper English or if you're articulate. I'm like, yeah, I want to talk like them people because I'm competing with jobs against them people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Them folks gonna have to report to me. I gotta be able to speak the language. What you want? What you gonna do? Dummy? Well, that guy, rest in peace to the homie, but I shouldn't have said that. But, rest in peace. But anyway.
So I like female empowerment songs.
What'd you give it?
I think that the super lady part, I wonder what it would sound like in their language. Because super lady in American, probably has something different that's like a little deeper or whatever. But anyway, I gave this one a lower score, but it kind of struck up some good conversation. So I'm going to go with an 8.4 instead.